Okay. Next, I'm going to really quickly introducing the Pythagorean identities. So we're going to start with a general right triangle. Let me switch in the directions. We have angle theta, then x, y, and then the radius r. What we know is we have a right triangle. Then according to the Pythagorean theorem, that the square of the sum of the two legs square equal to the square of the hypotenuse. So that means x squared plus y squared equals to r squared. So now I'm going to divide everything by r squared. So I end up with x over y squared plus y over r squared equals to 1. From the previous one, x over r and y over r are representing to the cosine theta and sine theta. So I can replacing them with cosine theta squared plus sine theta squared and equal to 1. We do not want to have the parentheses around it, so we're going to simplify it or take removing the parentheses. But to make everything clear, we actually going to write the square after the cosine or sine or tangent before the angle theta. And that is our first Pythagorean identity. From this point, I have sine and cosine, but I also want to involving like tangent and cotangent. So what I'm going to do is I can create tangent by dividing everything by cosine square theta. Because we have a relations says tangent theta can be defined by using sine theta divided by cosine theta. So sine theta divided by cosine theta will becomes to tangent square theta. And then cosine square theta divided by cosine square theta, that is going to be 1. And then 1 over cosine square theta. We also have a relations talking about 1 over cosine theta, which is the secant theta. And this is our second identity. Then to find the third one, I have to go back to my original one, so I'm going to erase it. So instead of divide everything by cosine square, I can divide everything by sine square. When I divide everything by sine square theta over sine square theta, that is 1. 1 over sine square theta, that is cosecant. And cosine square theta over sine square theta, another quotient identity tells me that it is going to be equals to cotangent. So this one, cosine square theta over sine square theta, becomes to cotangent square theta. And that is our third identities.